Hi, hello. How is everybody doing on this Saturday with the Crafty Bunch? I sure hope everybody's been having a good time watching all the crafters, and hopefully you're getting to do some crafting today too. That's what the weekends are for, right? We have to do things, but got to make time for the things that we want to do. My name's Michele, and my page name is My Chele Belle Creations. I am super thrilled to be here with the Crafty Bunch today on Crafty Saturday, crafting on Saturday, Saturday's crafting, Saturday with the Happy Bunch. So I am going to be working on some Christmas stuff today. Um, it was really hard for me not to do, hey, Nicole, not to do autumn, but I'm doing autumn tomorrow. And so I went back to Christmas for today. So that's what I'm going to be working on is some Christmas stuff. So thank you, Nicole. I sure hope you guys have enjoyed today. And Nicole starts early. She starts really early. So it has been already a full day of crafting, but I believe that there is another, full day pretty much left. It goes until like 9 o'clock tonight, I think. So lots and lots and lots of fun crafters and crafting to see. So I hope you are crafting with us. Let me go ahead and switch my camera here. I went ahead and did a little bit of prep work, which if you watched me, you know that's not like me. So I have these MDF, substrates. I don't know why I can't surfaces. So like this is one that would go like this. I was debating on whether or not to use this one, but I ended up going with this oval one. So you can see on the back here, this is how it would come, like this, in two separate pieces. And it doesn't have to be completely centered. If you wanted to do a whole bunch of molds or something, you wouldn't have to have it completely in the center. But that's how these kinds of things come. And I did the red damask on the back piece. And then on this piece, I have the Decoupage Queen Cream Damask. And I'm going to do it there. And then I have these cardinals that I'm going to put on top of that. Hi, Brenda. Hi. Thanks for popping in here. And so that is the plan. That is the plan. And then I also have all of the bling. All of the bling. I've got all of the shiny bling stuff just in case we want to bling it up. And I am the kind of creator that just kind of, I just intuitively create. So I never really know. How it's going to go. There's a part of me that thinks that each of these elements could be individual. You wouldn't necessarily have to kind of marry them together. You could do two different things. You could even put this on a square surface. Anyway, you know how us creatives be. You know how we be. Hi, hello. You guys, for some reason, I don't know if there was either a Facebook update or a StreamYard update, but all of a sudden, I see Facebook user for hello and hi. Hello, friends, whoever said that, and hi. It just says Facebook user for me, so I'm really sorry if I missed your name. I see Make All Things with Me. I'm not sure what your name is. But you have to give StreamYard permissions. Even if you've done it before, sometimes you have to do it again. I don't know why. It's weird. They gotta keep things complicated. Can't make anything easy. So I'm just gonna apply my decoupage medium here. And I usually start just with a smaller area, because I want it to be anchored before I get going. And because I'm going to have a transfer on here, I want the most of the design that I can get of the damask design on the surface. So now that I've got it anchored there, I can just kind of, I can go for it now. I like to get just a little spot of it anchored before I go crazy. I've been kind of radio silent today. Saturdays are pretty much the only day my husband and I have. And we did some errands earlier. So I know I missed a bunch of good stuff that I need to go back and watch. I'm going to give this paper a spritz. Now this is rice paper. It's Decoupage Queen rice paper. And you don't necessarily have to do that. I like to do it with tissue paper because it lessens your wrinkles because the paper's already been moistened and it stretches easier. You have less wrinkles that way. And you don't necessarily have to do it with the rice paper, but I still like to. Let me do my top coat here. Hi. Oh my gosh, it's driving me crazy. And you know, when I go back to Facebook, since I'm on StreamYard, when I go back to Facebook and look, I will be able to see all of your names. Isn't that silly? I mean, why? Why they gotta mess with us? Why they trying to keep the crafter down? Okay. So there, we got a good top coat there. I'm going to go ahead and set this aside. I probably will have to use the dryer, but I'm going to set it aside, pick up the red. And so when I was looking at this and trying to figure out what to do, this will go on the one in front. And then these actually do, and this is leaves and some berries. This is an IOD mold. Hi everyone. It will fit on here. I just am not sure if that is going to be too much. We'll have to see when we get there. We'll have to see when we get there. I don't know if you guys can picture it or not, but the cardinals will be on the cream colored background, so it won't be like red on red. And then I brought out, I've got some gold pigment. I've got champagne, or this is the gold, this is the champagne pigments. I've got this, this is called Chameleon in white gold, and it is really pretty on it. Just, it's one of those like pearlized type situations. And then I have this kind of deluxe paste, which is like a, this is like a texture medium. And I don't know that this is something we'll use on this because usually I put this through a stencil. And with the damask, it might just be a little much. Might be a little much, but it is fun to play with. It is fun to play with. So I just wanted to show you some of the things I got out to play with for fun. Get this stuff out of the way. I can see I didn't adhere up here. So let me grab a little bit more decoupage glue. Just a little bit more. Yeah. Put that back down there. I don't know about you guys, but when I decoupage, I almost always have to hit the edges. I would say corners, but since this is round, we don't have any corners. Okay. Hi there, sweetie. Hi, sweeties. I know, aren't these colors awesome? I love the damask. And I hope you guys can hear me, but Decoupage Clean has a lot of different damask patterns, and they have a damask stencil that I love too. I have some of this paper left on my website. I'm almost out of the red, but it comes in a cream, and it comes in a beautiful green color too. Oh, and she did kind of a nutcracker fantasy type thing, so it comes in like a really nice blue, a really pretty, not turquoise and not baby blue, kind of a mix between the two. That's the color. So yeah, she did 4 different damask prints in her Christmas release. Oh. I knew I had a green one, but that's the green. Isn't it pretty? I debated between the green and the red before I went with the red. So because this is going to have the transfer on it, I really need it to be dry, dry, dry. Oh, and I brought out some of the gold transfer. I know the green is gorgeous. I have the green one. I don't know if you guys watched the sale yesterday, but I have the green one in a kit. I had a kit with the green and the red. The red sold, but the green one is still on my page available, and it has a couple of transfers, the green damask, and then like a vintage Santa. And it's one of these 2-part surfaces. Sorry, guys. It's not fun to watch me sand these edges, is it? I imagine you guys all know, but I'm going to go ahead and say it because I remember when I first started and someone I was watching would say, "You guys already know this." I'd be like, "I don't." When you're sanding the edges of your decoupage piece, you definitely want to go just in one direction. Just going down, even though I think when you're watching it, it looks sometimes like people are going every whichy way. Ooh, we're almost there. We're almost there. I hope everybody's been doing well. my husband and I both have strep throat. A couple of weeks ago, I was on here and I had just started feeling bad. And I finally went to the doctor this last Thursday. And so I had been sick for 2 weeks, and apparently I've had strep throat this whole time. But she said not many people that are coming in positive for it actually have sore throats. And I'm like, oh, well, that's why I didn't come in. You know, I didn't really have a sore throat. I just really felt yucky. Okay, what do we think? I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it in reality. But again, I feel like it's not that big of a deal for me to make this into 2 separate projects if I don't like it. I like these little 2-part kit things. So I think, looking at it, I really want to kind of antique the edge, like edge it out. So I'm going to use this antique paste, and this is in the color Umber. They make that antique paste comes in, you know, gold and all kinds of colors. Pretty. I thought I had a little brush that I was using this. I probably threw it away. I do that a lot. I have these little throwaway brushes, and then I toss them because they're cheapies. So I'm just going to go around the edge. I don't want it to be huge. Like a, you know, like a huge amount. There's my paper towels. Just enough that it separates it a little bit. I think that already looks better, I can tell. Y'all, I like football as much as the next person. But we are not that far in, and I'm already like, is football on every single day of the week? I can hear it out there. My husband has the TV on almost always. And so if he goes on and does something else, I always go and turn it off behind him. I'm like, you're not watching it. Why do you leave the TV on? I'm thinking there's people in my house. Okay. I want to know, what do you guys think, if you can see the difference here? It may need to be a little bit more. I think it makes a difference. I didn't want it to be too much, and you know, you can always add more, but you can't take it away, kind of thing. It has been, I even grabbed my little Lazy Susan thing here. It's been a long time since she's been out. When I started moving to paper crafts more, from upcycling and stuff like that, I moved it. off my desk. Yeah, I think so too. I think it adds depth too. So again, if you're just coming on, I'm sorry if I don't say hi by name, but for some reason StreamYard is just telling me, like whoever said it adds depth, it just says Facebook user. So sorry about that. So yeah, I think that's better. I actually think we need to do it on the red too. Sometimes, like I kind of have the urge to sand the edges of this back piece too, as part of the damask to kind of make it look old, you know, kind of like faded wallpaper or something. One step at a time. One step at a time. I'm gonna get ahead of myself. I do that a lot, and then I sometimes, you know, I do something I can't take back. Has anybody got their Christmas tree up? I'm really curious about that. Anybody decorated for Christmas already? I really need to. My booth still has a Halloween decoration in it. It's after being sick for 2 weeks. I haven't been to my booth. I'm like, oh man, I'm sure everybody there has their Christmas stuff up, and I'm just over here hocus pocusing. Okay. Wipe back any excess. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks much better. Both of them being okay. So then we have this to go on there. Do you guys like the cardinals with the red? And then what I was thinking was, once this is anchored, I would be able to kind of manipulate this and have it start on the side and then come around. And then do the bottom one, same. Gonna start it on the side and then come around like that. I do like that. You know, I'm second guessing the cardinals. You guys want to look and see what else we have? What our options are? Let me bring that up a little bit. So we got that bunny. He's awful cute. There's different cardinals. Oh. I could cut this to where it was just the two birds. Let's see. I kind of like these two birds. Thanksgiving weekend. Oh man, I have kids, sons, daughters-in-laws, and grandkids all in November and December. And it's crazy. So one of my daughter-in-laws, well, I guess I only have one. one daughter-in-law, and 2 son-in-laws, 1 daughter, my mom, all November, December, and 2 grandkids. Is that right? Yeah. It's a lot, isn't it? So anybody want to chime in on, this is a little bit smaller. So if we did that instead of the one that takes up the whole space, then we could do, like, we've got Peace on Earth, Merry Christmas, Born is the King, these kind of gold sayings, gold embellishments. Probably easier to see them on the back here. So what you guys think, smaller? And I actually really like these little birdies too. That you can see. You know what? I think I'm going to go for the smaller cardinals. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. And that way there's room for these leaves and stuff too. All right. Where's my little scratchy stick? There we go. And until I adhere it, you know, I can still change my mind and make it into 2 separate things if I want. Go right there. That looks good. Find me a good place to start. So, I'm going to say, you guys probably all know, but the thing with transfers, of course, you know, you want your surface to be dry. But like when I had my brick and mortar store, I always had transfers for people that were new to kind of be, you know, work with, to see what it was like. Sometimes people think it's hard, and I'm like, well, decoupaging is way harder than using transfers, in my opinion. But what I found, the most common mistake I saw was people pushing too hard with their stick, like scraping too hard. You're basically pulling up while you're pushing down, but not really, you're not like scraping, you're just more rubbing. And then of course you want to burnish it. I know, I do too. I love cardinals. So, boy, it sure does look pretty on that cream damask, doesn't it? Ooh, I like it. You can't see it because the background color is light. Sometimes though, when you put a transfer on a darker background, you can see the halo around the picture. And I find that somewhat annoying. So this is what I do when I do it on almost, I've always done it on transfers, but I like to just take my dark wax, black wax, this is, you know, paste, whatever you have, and you can, especially when it's a darker background, you can kind of work that in, and it looks a little bit less like a sticker and more like it's a part of the original piece. Don't be afraid to go kind of right over the top of your transfer. And, you know, depending on the style, another thing that you can do is And I'll do it right at this point. As soon as I'm done applying it, I will sometimes sand the transfer if I want it to look like old and, you know. So there, now it, oh yeah, these are from the Yuletide is the name of the transfer, and I'm actually out of this one. The thing with IOD is they don't, you know, for their limited releases, that's it. You know, once they're out, they're not making any more. I'm sure there are people that still have them. I do have the other two transfers that they came out with this year that I really like, both of them too. This is the first one of this transfer I've used of the Yuletide, and I really like these cardinals too. They're really pretty. Okay. I definitely feel the need for some bling. You guys feel the need for some gold? With this damask, this cream damask, I'm going to do it. This is that chameleon. It's wax paste and it's called chameleon. I mean, I suppose if I regret it, I regret it, right? Oh no, I'm not going to regret it. See, it's pretty subtle. I hope that you guys can see where I put it. I feel like the damask just is crying out for this kind of pearlized. Trying to get, I hope you guys can see it. Let me, I will turn off this one light, and I think sometimes you can see certain things better. I've used this chameleon wax on peacock feathers. No, I don't know. I don't know that it's going to show up real well. Yes, definitely depth and dimension. But this is just kind of like you could probably see it on my finger, maybe a little bit more, but it's just like a pearlized, you know, it could probably be as subtle or or as dark as you want it to be. But I definitely think it needs molds. If I'm going to have them together, it has to have molds. So if we did that and that, and I probably would paint these, the green and red, and then antique it all so that it was like this guy. When I did him, I was on here when I did him, and he was just like bright red, bright green, white, and then I put the antiquing over the top of him, and it changed his whole look. So that kind of thing for these leaves. You guys, I feel like I have all the time in the world. Like, it's only been 33 minutes. I think that, let's see. I'm thinking maybe just one word. You know, the way I have it, where it's just right there. So maybe just one word. I've got Noel. I've got hope. I've got peace. I've got joy. Oh, I kind of like joy. I kind of like how it flows. Can you guys see it? Yeah. It's pretty subtle. Yep, I'm doing it. And you know, I put that chameleon stuff down, so I hope I don't have a problem. I'm not sure. See, I got ahead of myself. Like I was saying earlier, I do that a lot. I don't know that I wiped it back as good as I would have had I known I was going to put this transfer right now. I got excited. I liked it so much. So these gilded transfers that IOD came out with, I have found I have more of a learning curve with these than with the regular transfers. But I haven't spent a lot of time with them, honestly. And right now, I think that part of my issue is that wax I put down without like really buffing it, wiping it back. I think we'll be fine. It's just taken a little bit longer than it normally does. We all know that patience is the key to a lot of things in crafting, and we also know that crafters are impatient, right? It seems to be kind of across the board. Yeah, my Y is giving me a problem. I think you can see how pretty it is, but the bottom part of my Y is not adhering. So while I have it anchored there, I'm just gonna give that a rub and see if that's why. Like when I get too excited and put a transfer on over something that I've dried with my dryer, and maybe it didn't get quite dry, or there was moisture behind there, and maybe the paint or something starts coming up, what I do is I just put the transfer sheet, put it down, walk away, come back a couple of hours later, and I can get it to release and it's fine. So if anybody ever has that happen, that is how you deal with that. This is the first time I've had it with the gilded ones. But I'm pretty sure that's why. you can kind of see, I don't know, yeah, you guys can see, you can see the wax that's where it didn't adhere. So what I'm going to do is take a gold pen and I'll just make it work. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So yeah, you can see where that's missing. The gold pen that I have, that's my favorite gold pen, might be a little fat for this, so I'm going to get my artist brush, one of my little bitty ones. And it's little bitty, so it keeps running away from me. There we go. There's one. Okay. Stepping over all of my stuff. I tore my craft room apart yesterday for that sale. Okay, so this this Pen Touch Sakura pen, it is the best gold pen. The gold is, I'm not sure if you guys can see. The gold on this is incredible. It's like seriously shiny. So it's my favorite gold pen. So I am going to use it to finish off my Y there. There we go. So that's better. Okay. So I'm going to start painting these now. While I was up, I wasn't thinking I was going to be doing any painting, so I didn't get out all my greens. So I got red, green, green, and one more green. My box of stuff from my sale is sitting right there. I have to keep stepping over it. Okay. So I'm just gonna start. I like when I do any kind of greenery. I just did a Christmas tree the other day. I like to do 2 or 3 colors of green. Don't you think that, like, trees, you know, all of it, they're never just straight green. that tree that I did, for decoupage queen for the royal court. I used all the greens in my arsenal. And that was covered in molds. It's always a fun look, I think, to cover something completely in molds. I've done it a couple of times. It's a lot of work though. I got some green on that berry right there, but that's okay because, you know, green and red being complementary colors. Green is kind of a natural shading of red. Oh goodness, I did another berry right there. Boy, it has been so nice. I'm in Wichita, Kansas. I know there's a lot of people kind of in it seems like in the Missouri, Kansas City area. So they're just my neighbors. It's been in the 50s and I have loved it. It's rained like crazy here the last several, oh gosh, like a week straight. And where we live, it will definitely flood. I've had to have my husband come get me, like park outside of the neighborhood and have him come get me because my car wouldn't make it. It seems like rain is never a bad thing, though. Rarely. To get this base of the dark green on here. And then I will go through with the different colors of greens. And then do the berries in red. What would be like a stem? I'm not going to, I don't think I will. We'll see how it looks, but I don't think I need to do a brown once I do the dark wax on this. It will, it'll basically take care of that because the stuff that I use to highlight the greens won't get on that area. If that makes sense. So what would you guys do with a piece like this? Would you hang it? Do you have a area like an entryway where you would put it? I mean, I like those, you know, those like plate holder. Gosh, why can't I think of it? You know what I'm talking about? That's like like you put a picture in it or a plate in it and it holds it up. What are those called? Anyway, something like that in your entryway. Does anybody have a fireplace, like a mantle? It would have to be a pretty good size table for you to put this like in a tablescape. I mean, I think you could. It would just be. It would be a feast. A feast. But I think that I will probably use one of those things that I can't think of the name of. Is that what they're called? Just a plate holder? I do think that something like that. Entryway. So this color I'm using right now is called Monet's Garden. The other thing about painting molds, I notice it doesn't matter how that tree that I covered in molds, it didn't matter how many coats I put on. Every time I came back, I would see something white. Like no matter how many directions I turned it to paint it, there was always a spot missed. Always. Chargers, is that what it's called? The thing that has like the back, like a picture frame back? Or, you know, they either like that or they open up and then you would set it inside. I think of a charger as like a place setting. Is that right? Is that the same thing? I use those like picture holder, plate holder things in my booth a lot. Let me go to this one. So I am just kind of taking another color of green. Again, that whole depth thing. But I'll tell you, I definitely am not one to know the proper names of things. No rhyme nor reason to this. Just getting a couple of different colors of green on there so that it's not flat. There, I think that you can probably see the difference between the two of them. Maybe. This one has the different colors and this one doesn't yet. All right, you guys. Gosh, I've only see it was going by so fast or so slow, you know, like it seemed like I didn't dream I would get this far on this project. And now all of a sudden I'm almost out of time. Let's see how it goes, it seems. So I have a lighter green over there, but I'm just going to take some white and add to so that I can, this isn't dry, but be able to kind of hit the edges, you know, with the lighter. To give it even more depth. And then when I antique it, I'll probably even go over it with gold after that. You guys, if you guys are watching from the Crafty Bunch group, when I'm done, just refresh your page. And after me, we have Simone. She is, I don't know what she's doing, but it doesn't matter. It'll be fabulous, whatever it is. Fearlessly Unique by Simone. You misunderstood. That's probably because I've been babbling. Let me tell you, it's probably not you. Guaranteed it's me. But yeah, Simone is after me, so you're gonna want to catch. Did you guys watch her sale yesterday? Oh my gosh. I didn't even know that she did wreaths. It's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous wreaths. So I'm not going to be able to put these on my project because I don't want to get the paint on it. But maybe we can get the gist. Maybe we can get the gist of it. So yeah, you guys definitely refresh your page. Simone is next. And you guys can continue watching until 9 o'clock tonight. The last person starts at 8 Central. So that's 9 o'clock. Okay. Let me put this up just a little bit. A little bit more of a bird's eye view there. So yeah, I think that the green and the red, let's see, is going to, especially once it's antiqued and has some gold on it. I like that. I think it's going to be good. We'll do the gold on it to tie in with the word joy there. So I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. My name's Michele. Again, My Chele Belle Creations. If you're new, I would appreciate a like and follow. I do still have some sale items from the sale yesterday. I made an extra post. Some of the kits include these 2-part MDF platforms. They're not as big as this. They're more ornament size, and they actually have holes in the top for you to hang them. But I've got several different kits on my page that you can buy that come with transfer, decoupage paper. Like there's all kinds of different things. And you can always message me if you don't see, if you're interested, but you don't see the exact combo you want, feel free. So I hope you guys enjoy and continue to watch the rest of the day. I know that I am, now that I'm home and I'm going to sit here. I'm going to watch Simone, who's right after me. And then I'll probably continue to watch the rest of the day while I finish this. And also tomorrow, starting at noon, back inside the Crafty Bunch, a lot of the ladies that are presenting today are going to be presenting again tomorrow, and we're doing autumn, and that is from 12 Central. The last presenter is at 6 Central. So from 12 to 7 tomorrow, there's more fun, more crafting. So be sure to join us then. I feel like I can continue. It's like the time went really fast. Now all of a sudden, I got, minutes. I can't ever judge the time right on these things. I think I'm gonna like this touch to it once it's all on there and all put together. And I'll definitely post that in the group. So yeah, you guys feel free to hit me up, message me if you see something that you like on my page where I put the things that are still for sale. So you guys have a great rest of your Saturday. I hope that you're getting to craft some too. And I will see you tomorrow, noon to 7, back inside the Crafty Bunch. Thanks so much, guys. Refresh your page for Simone. Bye.